When you like Ventura TV Appliance on Facebook, it's nice. But when you love the Whirlpool appliances we deliver, it's even better. Our website is cool, and it's a good place to start, but you really should touch the merchandise before you buy. Touch the new Whirlpool Ice Collection. It offers a modern style made to create an inspiring kitchen experience. Save big on this Whirlpool Black Ice or White Ice kitchen. Come into Ventura TV Appliance and touch the merchandise today.
Hi, I'm John Mallows. Welcome to this live edition of Connect with Me on the showroom floor at Ventura TV on this Tuesday. The focus is on business, and we'll talk about your feet. Do your feet hurt? Do you need a good pair of shoes? Well, 436 MeTV option 11. We all, at some point, have a problem with our feet. We're back with our program in just a moment. Yep, that focus is on business today. 436 MeTV option 11. Do turn down the sound if you decide to call in. And, you know, I think it's safe to say that if your feet don't feel right, you're probably not going to feel right from head to toe. You know, it's a whole body experience. Your feet have to feel right in order for you to feel 100%. It's usually the case. In fact, in a recent New York Times article, they polled some people. About 75% of Americans in this country alone, not other countries, but just in the United States, said that at some point during their lives they've had problems with their feet. That's a lot of folks, my friends. Let's put up the graphic. I'll show you exactly what I'm talking about. In fact, most foot pain is caused by shoes that do not fit properly, according to the New York Times article. Satisfying your feet, though, is not an easy proposition. Listen to this. A foot is a complex structure. Hey, you got 26 bones, 33 joints, 120 muscles, ligaments, and nerves. Most people spend an average of about 4 hours a day on their feet, and they take 8 to 10,000 steps a day. Roll the videotape. There is a business here in town that promises to help relieve some of that foot pain. SAS Shoes at the corner of Herndon and Blackstone. SAS stands for San Antonio Shoes, and the local store is owned by Dick and Joan Yantis. This place is celebrating 20 years in business. They specialize in high-quality footwear, from dress shoes to athletic shoes, even sandals for both men and women. They are 100% leather. Their claim to fame is comfort. That's as simple as that. The company is also trying to appeal to a younger crowd, if you will. That's the shot inside the store. Hey, they even have women's handbags. Looks good to me. Live in our studio right now is Dick Yantis. He is the owner of SAS Shoes. He has been since, 20 years ago. 1993 is when he got the place. Did not start at Herndon and Blackstone. It started elsewhere. We'll talk about that. But he's been in the current location for about 15, 16 years. Your phone calls at 436 MeTV option 11. We're back in a moment.
This black and white patrol car has an overhead valve V8 engine. It develops 325 horsepower at 4,800 RPMs. It accelerates from 0 to 60 in 7 seconds. It has a top speed of 120 miles an hour. The automobile has 2 shotgun racks, one attached to the bottom portion of the front seat, one in the vehicle trunk.
You want me to drive?
Now on MeTV Fresno, Xfinity 187.
When you're looking for Whirlpool innovation and quality, who has the answers, the selection, the price? Ventura TV Appliance. With billions in nationwide appliance buying power, more than Home Depot and Best Buy combined, we'll help you save. Our low prices on Energy Star qualified Whirlpool appliances save you energy and money, and pay no interest on select models when paid in full within 12 months. Ventura TV Appliance, serving you since 1951.
Remember me?
After practicing law, Raymond Berg fought crime.
You have the right to an attorney.
as a hard-boiled detective on wheels.
Ain't it the truth?
His name is Ironside.
Perhaps you wouldn't mind saying it again.
His name is Ironside.
All right, now you've said it.
Nothing slows him down.
I want to see this one firsthand.
Now on MeTV Fresno, Xfinity 187.
Now, what are we waiting for?
Ventura TV Appliance Center. We're the save energy, save time, save money place. The Energy Star qualified #1 rated high efficiency Cabrio from Whirlpool Place. You heard right. Right now, save big on select Whirlpool Cabrio laundry pairs and pay no interest when paid in full within 6 months. At the hometown low price, think outside the big box place. Since 1951, Ventura TV Appliance Center. We're working hard to be your place.
Station 51. Station 51. Television is in dire need of help. Emergency. Paramedics John Gage and Roy DeSoto, please report to MeTV immediately.
LA Squad 51.
Dr. Brackett and Nurse McCall are awaiting your arrival.
Please stay with me. Just this one thing. It's very important.
Emergency.
I never thought anybody'd find me here.
Fire department, stat. What's the address?
On MeTV, weekdays at 5, 4 Central.
10-4.
And we're back here on the program on Connect with Me, talking about the focus on business. And, of course, Dick Yantis is here, the owner of SAS Shoes. Glad to have you along here for the focus on business today.
It's good to be here, John. Thank you.
Hey, thank you for being here. So tell me about your business. You've had it for 20 years. And what kind of clientele do you primarily cater to?
Anybody that needs comfortable shoes. We specialize in making sure that you're measured when you come in, and you're fit correctly. My people are not on commission, so there's no pressure. We just want you to walk out with a good experience and walk out with feet that feel comfortable.
So what's the difference if I go into Target, Walmart, JCPenney? What's the difference between those shoes and yours?
The difference between theirs and ours is, number one, we're American made.
Yeah.
All of them are made in Texas. We hand last our shoes, and many of them are hand sewn also. We have cushion insoles. We have what's called triped, so there's an extra cushion across the ball of the foot and in the heel where all the weight goes. And our people are trained to get you a good measurement. And if you wear orthotics, many of our shoes have removable insoles so that you can add your own orthotic to make it your personal shoe.
How do you know if a shoe is fitting right? That's the key right there, because everybody says, oh, it should be about maybe an inch off the front end of the shoe, but then I've seen some people, where they like it right on the edge, and then about the width. How do you know you have the right width for your foot?
Well, we look at the shoe, we feel the ball of your foot.
Okay.
And there should be no gap in the leather. And if there isn't any gap, then we know we fit the ball of your foot correctly. The arch is probably the most important thing. If the arch hits your foot correctly, the length is going to be right.
Oh, interesting. Okay, another call here. Good morning. You're on Connect with Me. Your question. Hello, caller.
My question is, I was at one of those fairs that they were selling these shoe inserts, and I spent almost $250 for a set of inserts, and they said that it's a lifetime, we can adjust it and all that stuff. Frankly, it's the hard style, not the foamy style. And I wore that thing. It gave me nothing but pain in my arch, and I don't know if at the time that when I was wearing it, it was very much balanced. The guy was showing me, trying to push my arms down. I wasn't moving. But when I started wearing it, it was giving me a lot of pain after about probably half an hour.
Well, the biggest problem with most people is they try to put on their new orthotics immediately and start wearing them for long periods of time. You should wear them for a small amount of time and break them in. Now, if
you say a small amount of time, how long is
maybe
that?
30 minutes to an hour. And
when do you start wearing them full time after that?
When it stops hurting.
Okay.
Because they're adjusting everything on your foot right now, and your foot has to adjust to the orthotic. But if the orthotic is not made correctly, that's another story.
Go ahead, caller. You had another question? What?
Yes, I wore it like off and on for years, and every time I wore it, I just couldn't wear it more than maybe half an hour because it just gave me pain in the bottom of my feet in a way where like you're pressing against the muscle or something. It wasn't about the balance, it was pain.
I understand, and that's why twice a year we bring in a foot doctor to give you an example, and he can look at it and know much better. We're not doctors, we just fit shoes.
You bring in a doctor how often?
We bring in a doctor twice a year.
For what?
For a free exam, basically. He just says it's a free screening because of insurance problems.
Yeah.
You know, but it's basically an exam.
What do we got here? You brought some shoes with you.
Okay, this is our new dress shoe called the Ambassador.
All right.
Okay, now the Ambassador.
Why don't you hold that up to that camera?
Okay.
Take a tight shot of that. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
And this has a removable insole so that if you do wear an orthotic, the orthotic will fit in there.
Just goes right in.
Yeah, you just take our insole out and put yours in. It comes with a shoehorn. It comes with a shining cloth. I mean, they've really done everything the right way.
What size do you sell those in?
We sell this from size 7 to size 13 at this time.
Okay.
Eventually, they'll go up to 15.
What about the width?
This will come from slim to wide wides.
All right, so what's the proper length? How far should your toe go up to the shoe?
About a thumb.
Okay. How do you know that?
Just years of experience. I've been doing this since 1954.
But you're saying that the toe isn't the...
That's not the most important.
You're talking about the
part.
arch.
The arch and across the ball of the foot are the most important things. So if the arch hits your arch correctly,
yeah,
then the shoe's going to fit right.
No, interesting. Okay.
And the width has to do with... And the width can change as we advance in years.
I want to roll a videotape of whatever we've got here and what we're going to show our viewing audience. These are sandals, looks like men's sandals. I guess we can put that up there. You can look there, Dick, and see what we're talking about there. There's some of the men's shoes.
Yeah, that's our men's wall.
And you can talk about what we're looking at there.
Okay, now that one right there is the water-resistant, slip-resistant shoe, and the next one's our athletic shoe. Now, the athletic shoe has a special thing built into it. Most athletic shoes are just made to run and that type of thing. With our shoes, they have...
Well, we're still on that, and there's the athletic shoe right there.
There's the athletic shoe, and it has a system where it keeps you from sliding side to side. So, so it has built into the shoe, both women's and men's.
So you're talking about like a stabilizer?
It stabilizes the shoe, yes.
Oh, really?
And most athletic shoes don't have that.
Huh. Wow. That's
and it has a removable insole, too.
Yeah, and you got slip-on shoes.
Right. Now, I can't remember which.
That's what we're looking at now while we were. But, yeah, I see that.
What I did is I brought probably the most popular shoe we have called About Time.
Yeah.
A funny thing about this, we hadn't had a new shoe for years, and all of a sudden we got a new shoe. They asked what to name it, and he says, well, it's about time we got a new shoe. So that's the name.
So that's the name of the shoe.
All right,
what's so big about this shoe?
It's lightweight, it's comfortable, has an extremely cushioned insole.
Okay. All right. And then here's the athletic
and there's
shoe,
the athletic shoe, right. So it has the same cushion insole as this one.
Why don't you hold both those up? Yeah. No, right there. That's your camera right there.
There they are right there. Okay.
All right.
And these come from slim to wide wides for the most part. Some of the newer shoes only come narrows, mediums, and wides, and triple wides or double wides until they get to be volume shoes.
Okay, talking to Dick Yantis. He is the owner of SAS Shoes here in the city of Fresno, Herndon and Blackstone, and we're going to take your phone calls, 436-MeTV option 11. If you're having foot problems, if you're having ankle problems, toe problems, you have plantar fasciitis, hey, call up, ask a question. He's not a doctor, but he does sell great shoes, according to him. 436-MeTV option 11. We're back in a moment.
I love playing cowboy. Come on, let's go.
I'm an old cowhand. I'm an old man. And my legs ain't bald.
If you're looking for a fight, you're gonna find it.
Say, you reckon this thing is loaded?
another focus on business here on Connect with Me, and let's put up that disclaimer. We're talking with Dick Yantis. He is the owner of SAS Shoes, and of course, we here at Ventura TV have been here since 1951, and we asked Dick to come in because, well, you know, we've been successful here, so we like to try to promote other businesses without this sounding like an infomercial. He came in of his own free will, and we didn't pay him, he didn't pay us, and we're glad to have him along to give us some information about the product that he sells called SAS Shoes, and this is a national company. Talk about the company. It's from San Antonio, right?
It started in 1976.
Okay.
Two men moved to Texas, and their wives drove UPS trucks while they started the business.
Okay.
And so they started 18 pair at a time, and they don't announce how much volume they do, but we have probably 200 independents like myself, and probably 200 stores owned by the company.
But the headquarters is where?
San Antonio, Texas.
Okay.
That's
and
what
so
SAS stands
what is
for.
your connection with them? Are you like a franchise owner?
Well, in a way, we're a concept store.
What's the difference between that and, say, a franchise?
A franchise, you have to pay franchise fees. We don't have any franchise fees, so all we do is
we can arrange that for you. No,
thanks a lot, John. But we carry all the shoes. We buy their concept of selling shoes, and their concept is comfort, leather, widths, and American made.
So what makes them so special? I still don't quite understand if I go to Macy's or Penny's or any place, why is your product better? I don't understand that. Why? Tell me.
Well, I think it's because they're hand lasted.
What does that mean?
Means in most companies when the shoe comes through the factory,
the machine,
a machine pulls the shoe over the shoe over the last.
Right.
Ours are done by hand. Now I've been in the factory.
Every single shoe is done by hand.
Every shoe is lasted by hand.
Why?
Because it can be done with love. Most of the people in the factory, that's the only job they've ever had.
Okay, let me take this call here. Good morning. You're on Connect with Me. What's your question?
Hey, good morning. I had a stroke about 4 years ago. I also had a hip replacement about 2 years ago. A couple of weeks ago, I tried to go back to work. I was on my feet for 8 hours, and when I got home, I could barely walk. Feet were swelled up, knees were swelled up, everything hurt. Can you guys help me with some shoes that will keep me from having pain like that?
Well, not being a doctor, I don't know exactly what your problem is, but our shoes are comfortable. We can fit you correctly, and we have good cushion insoles. A lot of times,
sounds to me like you need to go to like an orthopedic guy.
That's what it sounds to me like too.
You know,
I do have an orthopedic doctor, but I haven't worked for 4 years, and it's just I was on my feet for 8 hours, and I was in so much pain at the end. I mean, there's got to be something to help me out there.
But don't forget, and look, I'm not a doctor, but your feet and your legs are, you know, you have all kinds of nerves and joints and tendons and ligaments. And if you put pressure on your feet, that's going to go right up your legs, right?
Yes. It travels right up your whole body, and you're hurting all over.
Yeah. That's
Absolutely.
why.
Well, you know what? I'll stop by the store and see what we can do.
Yes, you come on by, and we'll do the best we can for you. Now, we will have a doctor a foot doctor in on March 1st, excuse me, and he might be able to help.
Wow.
Oh, March 1st. Okay, that sounds great.
There's no charge.
Thank
he just
you.
comes in and gives free advice.
Okay, so you were saying, thank you.
Thank you, sir.
All right, so you were saying that these are not put together by a machine, but by hand.
Yes.
Okay, so
visually,
why does that make a difference then in the shoe?
Because the way the shoes are made, when they pull it over the last, a machine does not pull it over the way that a human hand does, and that's why they've always kept that way. And I've worked in the factory.
So it makes the difference in terms of the feel of the shoe?
How the shoe fits your foot.
Okay.
And we have different lasts for each shoe, each width. They may make 18 pair at a time, and they make all the lefts, and then they make all the rights, and they match them together. And they can go back and know exactly who made the shoe, what day it was made, who if something goes wrong, they can trace it back to whoever was on that machine.
Wow. Wow. All right, let's roll a videotape. Don't know what we're looking at here. And as we do have a phone call. Go ahead and roll the tape and we can take this phone call as we're looking at some of the ladies' sandals here. Good morning, caller. You're on the air.
Yeah, good morning, John. Excuse my voice. To Dick, this is one question for the day. Vinyl versus leather. So, give me your best shot, Dick, on that.
Vinyl versus leather.
I'm a little bit of a vinyl man right now, half and half on my shoes.
Yeah.
I do go. I'm not a big. My budget's limited, so.
You have foot problems, do you?
No.
Okay,
no,
you're lucky.
I got church shoes, vinyl, and leather.
Okay.
The vinyl's kind of hit and miss after a while. Starts not looking too good. But I don't know. I can't say it doesn't work, but so you tell me what's best.
The difference between vinyl and leather is vinyl does not breathe. So your foot will be a lot hotter wearing vinyl than it would be in leather. Leather breathes, just like your skin breathes. And that's why leather would normally be the best thing for you.
Very stylish women's shoes that we're looking at there right now. I just noticed that on the monitor, by the way.
So
you're trying to appeal to a hip crowd?
No, we're trying to appeal to everybody. So
including the hip crowd.
Including the hip crowd.
Yeah.
Years ago, we were thought of as your grandmother's shoes.
Is the hip crowd, are they wearing vinyl or leather?
Oh, most people that care about their feet wear leather.
Yeah. And you don't carry vinyl, do you?
No, we don't have any vinyls. All leather shoes. Everything is leather in the shoes. Even a shoe like this.
All right, hold that up. What is that?
This is one of our new stylish shoes for women.
Oh, there you go.
Isn't that,
what are you guys laughing at?
Isn't that stylish?
What? They're making fun of you over here.
They're making fun of me. No, I think this is a very attractive shoe, and we're getting.
What size is that?
This one is a size 5.
That's a 5. So that's like a kid's shoe.
No, there's a lot of women with size 4 and 5.
Okay, I know. I think my daughter could wear that though.
Yeah. Well, anyway, this goes from size 4 to size 12.
Yeah.
And they make half sizes too.
They do?
Yeah. So they make half sizes in all their shoes.
Yeah. So, I read something, I know we got to go to break, but I read something recently that said that if you wear flip-flops most of your life and you're flip-flopping around, okay, that's bad for your feet. I don't know if that's true.
Well, there's no arch in a flip-flop. So if you end up with falling arches, it's because you're wearing footwear that doesn't have an arch in it. If you notice on this one, it does have an arch.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
it does.
It has a nice arch in it.
You can see that right there. Yeah. You can see the arch right there.
Yeah.
So, okay.
And a nice wide footbed.
Yeah, it is. We're talking with Dick Yantis. He is the owner and the CEO and the chief and cook and bottle washer over there at SAS Shoes. Herndon and Blackstone. We're back with our program. Don't forget the number 436-MeTV option 11. Back in a moment.
I love a joke.
Say, Lucy.
Yeah, Ricky?
A tramp came up to me in the street and he said he hadn't had a bite in weeks.
What'd you do, bite him? Opening butler joke, buddy, come on.
The master says to the butler, Jeeves, did you put fresh water in the goldfish bowl? And the butler says, why? They didn't drink up what I gave them last night.
You know that ancient joke about the guy who saves his regiment, shoots the cook?
No. How does it go?
Back here talking to our guy, Dick Yantis, the owner of SAS Shoes. You have another pair of shoes here. Now, what shoe is that?
This is called the Chrissy. Very easy to get on and off.
All right.
And you can see the green portion inside the shoe. That gives you extra cushion across the ball of the foot and in the heel. And then the arch support goes in there.
All right, I have a question for you, because the caller reminded me of this. Hush Puppies or SAS Shoes?
Hush Puppies, there's nothing wrong with Hush Puppies. Most of them aren't made here in the U.S. anymore.
They're not? Really?
Many of them are made overseas now.
Yeah.
So
and what are they made of?
They use a lot of pig skins.
Really?
The reason some of their shoes are less expensive is because pig skin is less expensive leather.
So is pig skin more comfortable than leather or vice versa?
It's
toss-up?
It's a toss-up. It's just a lighter leather. It's not as thick.
Yeah.
And so it's a little more pliable.
And Hush Puppies are not handmade like that either.
No, they're all machine-made.
All machine-made.
Right.
Another call here. Good morning. You're on with Dick. What's your question?
For your guest, I've got a good friend who's partially fallen arches, kind of flat feet. Now, it would be uncomfortable for her to wear a shoe that's got a dramatic arch support. What is your guest's advice for somebody with partially fallen or kind of flat feet? What do you suggest?
That's a good question.
Yeah, it's a good question, and I think if I had that kind of problem, I would go to a podiatrist and ask for some advice. A lot of times what they'll do is they'll give you a orthotic, or you can buy an orthotic from them that will fit inside your shoe.
Orthotics are expensive, too.
Well,
I know. If you get a custom-made orthotics, it's going to be about $250.
$250 to $300.
And insurance probably won't pay for it.
In some cases, the insurance does not pay for it. So
yeah.
I know that we have customers.
But take your choice. I mean, it's either that or buying the Mercedes and having sore feet, or spending $250 and making your feet happy. Happy feet.
Yes,
there was a movie. They made a movie, Happy Feet.
Happy Feet. That's right. But you've got to treat your feet well, and I think the most important thing is when you have a particular problem, you need to go to a doctor. We'll just fit the shoes the best we can. We don't have shoes that have extremely pronounced arches, but most of our shoes do have an arch support. But in many cases, you can take this out and just get a little. We have what's called a flat insole that you can put with no arch in it if it bothers you.
But we, as Americans, waste so much money on nonsense type things. Mm-hmm. And we don't, I know your shoes range anywhere. You could buy a pair for up to $200 a pair.
Yeah.
What's the cheapest you have?
The cheapest, $108.
$108.
Mm-hmm.
And yet we won't go out and buy a pair of shoes for a couple $100 because we think it's too expensive.
I know, you buy $80,000 car and you won't buy a pair of shoes for $100. It makes no sense.
Good morning, you're on Connect with Me. Your question. Hello, caller.
Yes. I was wondering what would your everyday country shoe would cost at a normal price?
A men's shoe?
Yeah, what would the cost?
Okay, the normal cost on our men's shoes, I would say an average of $176. We have an athletic shoe for $150, but overall average is probably about $176. Yeah. And we have sales twice a year.
Yeah, and if you go out and buy an Air Jordan, that's going to cost you a pretty penny too.
That's right.
So, all right.
So they start about $176.
That'd be a good place to figure you're probably going to pick one approximately that.
Okay. Thank you, caller. I appreciate your time. So do you cater to people that have like plantar fasciitis, if they have diabetes, if they have foot sores, that type of thing?
All of the above.
All of the above.
Yeah. We do an awful lot of diabetic footwear.
Is that right?
Yeah, some of our shoes are...
and so they're referred to you by a doctor?
In many cases, doctors will send them in.
Really?
And there's a number of our women's and men's patterns who are authorized under Medicare. We don't do the billing, but they are Medicare approved.
Interesting. So if you do have diabetes, how will that help your feet?
Well, a diabetic needs more width. You cannot press the foot close because your circulation isn't quite as good as in diabetes.
Right,
and
right.
You have a tendency to lose toes if you wear shoes that are too tight.
Because it cuts the circulation off.
Right.
Yeah, I understand.
We even have diabetic socks to help that too.
Oh, you do? You sell the socks?
Yes.
As well?
Yes.
Okay. So, another 20 years for you?
As long as the Lord keeps me healthy, I'll be there.
Your first location was where?
On Shaw and Valentine.
And then you've been at this place here now, what, about 15 years?
15 years. We'll be going into our 16th year in July.
Wow, that's a long time. Well, I wish you continued success. Of course, there's no reason why you shouldn't. There is a market for this shoe, and they are comfortable. There's no question about it.
Thank you. We appreciate all the help we can get.
All right, Dick Yantis, the owner of SAS Shoes over at Herndon and Blackstone. If you're driving by there, stop in and check it out. Another edition of Connect with Me comes your way tomorrow. It'll be the world of sports. There's a new batting cage in town. We'll tell you all about it in Northwest Fresno. See you tomorrow.
Do you like me?
Just like me.
Like Me TV Fresno on Facebook. Get the latest news, interact with others, watch videos, become a fan of me. Exclusively brought to you by Ventura TV.